Koda, Kenai, Denahi, Sitka, Rut, Tuk. Brother Bear. Long ago, there lived 3 brothers who were taught that the lights of the northern sky were the spirits of their ancestors. These spirits had the power to make changes, small things into big, winter into spring, and boys into men. One day, the villagers gathered for a special ceremony. Tanana, the shaman woman, presented Kenai, the youngest of the 3 brothers, with his totem, the animal symbol he was to follow to become a man. "Your totem is love," said Tanana, giving him a carved bear totem. "Let love guide your actions, and one day you will place your mark next to those of our ancestors," she added, pointing to a wall covered with handprints. "The bear of love?" Kenai frowned. "Want to trade?" he asked his brothers. His older brothers laughed. They had already received their totems. Sitka's was the eagle of guidance, and Denahi's was the wolf of wisdom. After the ceremony, the brothers left to get the fish they had caught for the evening's feast. "A bear doesn't love anyone," Kenai said unhappily to Sitka. "They don't think, they don't feel, they're..." Just then, Denahi found the remains of the basket that had held their fish. "Thieves!" shouted Kenai, staring at the bear tracks. Kenai followed the tracks into the woods to find the basket. When Kenai didn't return, Sitka and Denahi went after him. It wasn't long before they heard Kenai cry out. He had slipped off a ledge trying to escape from a bear. Quickly, Denahi distracted the bear while Sitka helped Kenai. But then, Denahi slipped into a dangerous crevice. While Kenai helped him, Sitka faced the bear. Suddenly, the bear turned and headed for Kenai and Denahi. To save his brothers, Sitka raised his spear and thrust it down into a crack in the ice. The ice split, and the piece on which Sitka and the bear were standing plunged into the freezing water below. From far above, Kenai and Denahi saw the bear emerge from the water, but not Sitka. Their oldest brother would now be joining the great spirits in the form of his totem, the eagle. Denahi felt great sadness, but Kenai felt great anger. The next day, Kenai was determined to go after the bear that had caused Sitka's death, but Denahi would not go with him. Angry, Kenai threw his bear totem into a fire and left the village. Tanana pulled the totem from the fire. "I've got to go after him," Denahi said, taking the bear totem. Kenai tracked and eventually found the bear. After a fierce struggle, Kenai fell to the ground. The animal charged towards him. Kenai raised his spear. The bear crashed into him, let out a roar, and then fell silent. Suddenly, lights burst down from the sky and swirled around Kenai. A giant eagle landed next to him and turned into Sitka. Then Kenai felt himself being lifted into the air. He didn't realize that he was being magically transformed into the creature he hated most, a bear. The lights disappeared and it began to rain. Just then, Denahi arrived and saw a grizzly bear standing on Kenai's clothes. Denahi didn't know Kenai was now a bear, so he thought that the bear had killed Denahi. Before he could react, a bolt of lightning sent the bear tumbling into the river below. Kenai was swept away. Now it was Denahi's turn to want revenge. He tied Kenai's bear totem to his spear and began to track the bear. When Kenai opened his eyes the next morning, Tanana was leaning over him. Kenai spoke to her excitedly, telling her all that had happened to him. But all Tanana could hear were growls. "Kenai, I don't speak bear," said the wise woman. Kenai didn't understand. Then he looked into the river at his reflection. "No!" he shouted. He twisted around and looked at his furry tail. "Ah!" he cried. To get Kenai's attention, Tanana took off her boot and bonked him on the head with it. "Listen to me. Sitka did this," said Tanana. "Take it up with your brother's spirit. If you want to change, go to the mountain where the lights touch the earth. He'll help you make up for what you've done wrong." Kenai was shocked. "But I didn't do anything wrong," he began. But Tanana had already disappeared. Kenai didn't know where to go, and he had no one to ask until he heard two chipmunks talking. Kenai was surprised he could understand them. He tried to talk to them, but the terrified chipmunks raced away. Then Kenai heard a family of geese flying overhead. "Are we there yet?" a young goose asked his father. Kenai frantically tried asking for directions to where the lights touched the earth, but the geese kept flying. Two moose brothers named Rut and Took were watching Kenai. "What's he getting all worked up about?" said the moose named Took. "Maybe the goose pooped on him, eh?" said Rut, laughing. But the moose stopped laughing when they saw that the bear was headed for them. "How's it going, bear?" asked Took a little nervously. "I'm not a bear. I hate bears," answered Kenai. "Well, gee, you're one big beaver," said Rut. "I'm not a beaver. I'm a bear. No, I'm not a bear. I'm a man," Kenai shouted. "I was transformed into a bear, magically." The moose thought Kenai was crazy and decided to play along. "Oh yeah, we're not moose either. We're squirrels," Took offered. "Why am I even talking to a couple of dumb moose?" Kenai wondered as he stomped off. Almost immediately, Kenai's foot was caught in a trap. He swung in the air from one leg, struggling to get free. A bear cub named Koda stepped out of the bushes and offered to help Kenai. But Kenai didn't want a bear's help, especially a chatty little cub like Koda. Kenai tried to free himself, but it was no use, and Koda just wouldn't leave. "Don't you have somewhere to go?" asked Kenai. "Yeah, the salmon run," answered Koda. "How about this? I get you down, then we go together." Kenai was so exhausted that he agreed to go to the salmon run if Koda would free him. With that, Koda sprang the trap and Kenai crashed to the ground. Just then, Koda sniffed the air. He could smell an approaching hunter. "Run!" he cried as he scampered off. The hunter was Denahi. Kenai cried, "Denahi, it's me, Kenai!" But all Denahi heard was growling. To Denahi, this was the bear that had killed Kenai. He threw his spear, but missed. Kenai realized Denahi was hunting him and ran away. Kenai ducked into the same ice cave where Koda was hiding. Kenai told the little bear that he wasn't going to go to the salmon run. So Koda told Kenai the truth. A hunter had caused him and his mother to be separated. Koda's only hope of finding her was to go to the salmon run. Still, Kenai refused to go. "Come on, please. Every night we watch the lights touch the mountain," pleaded Koda. "You're kidding me," said Kenai excitedly. That was the place where he could be changed back into a man. Kenai agreed to go with the little cub. The next morning, the two bears set out. At first, Kenai was annoyed by Koda's constant chatter and silly games. But after a while, Kenai joined in and even had some fun. Once again, Rut and Took appeared. "There's a hunter following us," Rut explained. The two moose wanted the bears to protect him. Kenai knew the hunter was Denahi, and he had a plan to keep Denahi from following their tracks. The group, along with some other animals, found a herd of mammoths and hitched a ride on their backs. That night, as they watched the lights in the northern sky, Koda said, "Mom says the spirits make magical changes in the world." "My brother Sitka is a spirit," explained Kenai. "If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here." Then Kenai added, "He was killed by a monster." Koda looked up at the lights and said, "Thanks, Sitka. If it weren't for you, I would have never met Kenai." Then Koda said to Kenai, "I always wanted a brother." Touched, Kenai let the cub sleep next to him. The next morning, the two bears headed off by themselves. They came to a cave covered with paintings. As they looked at one painting of a hunter facing a fierce bear, Koda said, "Those monsters are really scary, especially with those sticks." Kenai was shocked to learn Koda saw humans as monsters. Kenai had thought the bears were the monsters, but now Kenai wasn't sure what he believed. Later, the two bears came to a valley with spurting geysers. Koda remembered that the salmon run was just on the other side. As they made their way through the valley, the little bear was as playful as ever. But suddenly, Koda stopped playing. Thwack! A spear just missed Kenai by inches. Denahi had found them. Kenai grabbed Koda and rushed towards a log bridge. They were halfway across the bridge when Denahi cut the log loose. Kenai tossed Koda up to safe ground, then scrambled to safety just as the bridge collapsed. Denahi screamed in rage as the bears got away. When Kenai looked back, he felt very sad that his brother did not know him. Before long, Kenai and Koda reached the salmon run. At first, Kenai was scared to be among the huge bears. But they were friendly and welcomed him as part of the family. A while later, Kenai was learning to fish, just like the other bears. Although Koda was sad to learn that his mother wasn't there yet, he was happy to be with his bear pals again. Soon, Kenai and Koda were having fun. Later in the day, the bears gathered around to tell stories of what they had done in the past year. Kenai explained that he'd been on the hardest journey of his life with the biggest pain in the neck he had ever met. "But what do you expect from a little brother?" Kenai added, looking at Koda. Then it was Koda's turn. He told a story of his mother protecting him from some hunters. She and one of the hunters had plunged into the river when the hunter had cracked the ice. Kenai couldn't believe what he was hearing. Koda was telling the story of the day his brother Sitka was killed by a bear. Now he knew it was also the story of a mother bear protecting her cub. "She got out of the water okay," continued Koda. "That's how we got separated. Right after that, I met Kenai." Hearing this, Kenai realized that the bear he had killed was Koda's mother. Kenai felt terrible. Kenai felt so badly that he ran away, but Koda finally found him. Kenai knew he had to tell the cub the truth. "Koda," Kenai began, "I have a story to tell you. It's mostly about a monster." Then Kenai explained he had done something very wrong. "Your mother's not coming back," he finished sadly. Overwhelmed by the news, Koda ran away from Kenai. Having no way to make things better, Kenai began to climb the mountain where the lights touch the earth. After he reached the top, Kenai called for Sitka. A strange figure moved towards Kenai. It was Denahi, but Denahi did not see his brother Kenai. What he saw was the bear on whom he had sworn revenge. Denahi ran at Kenai with his spear. Just then, Koda came charging to protect Kenai. The little cub had decided to follow Kenai after all. He knocked into Denahi and ran off with his spear. Denahi angrily took off after Koda. "Leave him alone," roared Kenai, risking his own life to protect Koda. Suddenly, there was a large flash of light. A great eagle appeared and picked Kenai off the ground. Magical lights began to swirl. Kenai was a human once again. Denahi was confused and amazed. The bear he had just been trying to kill was his brother. The eagle spirit of Sitka had turned Kenai into a bear to help him learn his gift of love. As a bear, Kenai had just demonstrated a deep love for Koda. He was willing to give his own life to protect him. Awestruck, Kenai looked down at his human body as Sitka changed from an eagle to his human spirit form. Then, Kenai spotted a terrified Koda hiding behind a boulder. "Koda, don't be afraid," said Kenai. "It's me." Denahi placed the bear totem around Kenai's neck. The totem reminded Kenai that little Koda needed someone to protect him. "He needs me," Kenai explained to his brothers. He wanted to be a bear again. "It's all right," said Denahi. "No matter what you choose, you will always be my little brother." The two brothers embraced. Then, with a burst of swirling light, Sitka turned Kenai back into a bear again. Denahi looked up at his brother, who was now an enormous bear. "Did I say little?" Then Kenai, Denahi, and Koda watched the sky as Sitka turned into an eagle and flew back into the magical lights to join the great spirits. It was time for another ceremony in the village. It was Kenai's turn to put his mark on the ceremonial wall to prove that he had learned the way of his totem and was now an adult. With Koda and the villagers watching, Denahi helped Kenai place his paw print on the wall among the handprints of their ancestors. The paw print would help future generations remember this tale of love and brotherhood.